Welcome to the
Welcome to the Pew-de-doo.
where we are dissecting the media today.
Oh, well, if you can call it that. I mean, if this is the media, we're in trouble.
It is media.
It is
it's
media.
The super
And we are in trouble.
glitzy media.
Glossy, yeah. Super glossy, super glitzy, super expensive. We are talking about none other, ladies and gentlemen, than Gotham magazine.
Which I think is even read by fewer people than Watch the Pew.
Has to be. This magazine is so ridiculous. I mean, I can't believe it's been around for, a good 20, 25 years.
Yeah, I don't really remember it.
Exactly, because nobody reads it. The only people who read this magazine, there's about 200 people in New York City. Maybe some tourists who stay at...
I think a lot of tourists read it. Like, they probably put it in hotel rooms.
Not a lot of tourists. The kind of tourists that stay at, like, the Helmsley will read this, or the Plaza.
Right,
and
the really expensive hotels.
Yeah, and because this magazine is really made for about 250 people.
It's the 1%, I think.
It's the 1% of the 1%, because there are about 200 people that are always in this magazine in the celebrity gossip pages, and it's their the pages where they have pictures of people at parties and stuff, and they are people that you don't know who they are. They're nobody really.
Well, they are.
We'll show you some of the names.
They are wealthy benefactors of charities and good causes.
Right, and so they have their picture
and
taken.
Who are tastefully discreet about their public persona, so they're not vulgarly trying to get press for themselves.
Except that the whole purpose of this magazine is to vulgarly give them press, and so I have a feeling that it's secretly one of them or a bunch of them that put their money together to make this magazine. It's sort of like Project X in a way. Because
I don't know, because it looks like it has really expensive ads in it.
It does, but that's because they're all friends with the agencies that have these ads. So it's very much like Project X, the magazine that we devised to in the way that it was.
This magazine probably makes so much money.
But it was the way Project X was invented to give ourselves publicity. This magazine was surely invented to give them publicity.
To flatter the 1%.
Yes. We'll show you some pictures. But the articles and pictures.
Look how this is the cast from Saturday Night Live, and it makes them
boring.
Me, it makes them look really boring, and I don't even really want to hang out with them.
No. And I didn't even realize it was a cast of Saturday Night Live until I just read That Is Your Life in New York. But I can't imagine anybody being interested in any of these articles in here. These articles are the kind of articles that a publicist will send the magazine, and the magazine will just print it verbatim because they don't care. They just want some content so that the magazine isn't a bunch of ads and pictures. It's ridiculous and fabulous at the same time.
Well, from print to web, we were looking at Thump the other day, and it had an article about the 10 top gay parties in the United States, and amusingly, we've been to almost none of them. And the thing is, I've almost been to some of them. Like a club called Rhonda in Los Angeles is the #1 party, which I almost went to but didn't.
I have a good excuse for not going to that one because I cannot leave the state, especially to go to a party.
I have not been to Lady Fag's Holy Mountain for different reasons, although we've almost gone a couple of times.
You did go to the... whatever souk thing.
Yeah, I went to her pop souk, not to Holy Mountain.
Right.
And I'm thinking of going to her shade party next week. So, but the pictures look really good.
Yeah.
Another party that I've always wanted to go to is Horse Meat Disco. That's #5.
Well, now, but how old is this party? Because
it's old.
It was here before I went to Peru, right? I think
possibly,
it is because I think we had them at Tunnel.
No one I know ever wants to go to Horse Meat Disco with me.
I would love to go to Horse Meat Disco.
Let's see, the Queen Party in Chicago looks really fun.
I
bet our friend Bird Bardot is
another excuse I have for not going there.
And
not because Bird Bardot, because it's in Chicago.
#7 is Suzanne Barsh's On Top party. Now that party I've been to many times.
I wonder how certain people feel about Suzanne Barsh's On Top not being on top.
And then some of these parties I just never heard of, like Electric Sheep.
And where is that?
9.
Where's that?
It is in South Beach.
Another example, another excuse for not going.
And #10 is Honey Sound System, which I think is a great name for a party.
And where's that?
That is in Chicago.
See, I would have gone to all of these had they come to me.
We'll be right back.
And now a word from our sponsor. Welcome back to the Pew.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Pew. We're going to talk about a couple more of these.
One last party.
The Full Frontal Disco. You know, it's interesting.
That's in L.A.
It's interesting Mario Diaz. It's interesting a lot of the names have a disco in them. It's a very interesting.
Just looking at the picture of this party, I'm pretty sure it's very similar to Mario's parties that he used to do at the Cock when the Cock was on Avenue A in the East Village, because Mario did a lot of gay parties in the late 90s and early 2000s here in New York before relocating to LA. So
it looks a little bit like the Box too. Just, I don't know, the picture reminds me of something you'd see a picture from the Box.
Right, because there's somebody wearing a blazer and a shirt, and then
right,
somebody else that's naked
weird combination.
with something up their butt.
Yeah, right.
The Box.
The Box.
So
that's always the combination I wanted at Disco 2000. I wanted like the suit and tie and the person with the thing up their butt. We got the person with the thing up their butt. We didn't get a lot of suit and ties. No. But I like that. I like the dichotomy. I like the.
Bitches want to know.
What do they want to know now?
Lauren Swans wants to know how many times Macaulay Culkin came to visit you in Peru to prepare for Party Monster, and she's also wondering what questions he asked you and whether you were okay with his choice, with World of Wonder's choice.
Oh, well, not only was I okay with the choice, it was my choice. It was my number one choice. I had made a list. It was number one. Tobey Maguire was number two. Randy Fenton said that if they didn't get Macaulay, they would not do the movie. So they got Macaulay. He came one time. He didn't ask any questions, but we had conversations, and Randy and Fenton put us in different scenarios and to let us talk, and he would give a scenario and show so that I could show Macaulay how I would react or what I would say. So he wasn't asking any questions, but Randy and Fenton did all that. But he and I were just having a conversation and discussing how I would react in certain ways, and then he would do the reaction. He would imitate my reaction, and then I would say, no, do it more a little bit this way, a little bit that way. And he had it perfect. He had it down perfectly when he left. And then he made the movie.
Months later, he had the movie, and it was totally wrong.
But he says that's because when he went on before the camera, he would do it exactly how I would do it, and it wasn't over the top enough. And so he would be told, no, make it more, make it pinker, make it rounder, make it, whatever he was doing, they wanted more of. So he had to go to the extreme in everything he did. And
there you have it.
Look at the results.
Behind the scenes at Party Monster. See you next time.
Bye.